Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the show where we talk about everything stock. So we look at everything that's happening in the stock market. We look at different concepts and we look at different trading methods to aid you along your investment journey. So actually, over the past week or so, there's actually been a lot that has been happening in the market, and we're actually just going to go through and look into these, deep dive into these matters over the session. So, the first thing, as you would already have been aware of, is that Donald Trump has won the US presidency. So, he will now be the new president of the United States. And this actually has impacted the stock market so far. So, after the data came out on Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, the stock markets actually rallied by Wednesday, and there was a huge climb. So over the past 5 days, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones have all risen between 5 and 6%. So the markets actually have favored Donald Trump. So as you deep dive further in and you look at the fear and greed index, you notice that right now it's actually at a greed and it's at 61. That's number assigned, which is the highest it's been over the last 3-4 months. And so what this really means is that investors are now very confident. Investors are now very secure as to what's happening. They know that Donald Trump is for investments, he is for the stock markets, he is for economic development, financial development, and he has policies for this. So one of the key talking points is that his policies will actually lower taxes. So corporate taxes will be lowered. And so Goldman Sachs actually in an article as outlined by Reuters had shared that if the taxes are lowered from 21 to 15%, then they will actually see a 6% increase in their overall profits. And so this is just a wonderful thing right now, because with corporates right now, if taxes does get lower, then the profits will actually be increasing. And so a lot of markets as well have also been seeing rallies. So if you look, the banking industry has started climbing as well. The tech industry has climbing. The restaurant industry has been climbing. So all of these have been rising. And also right now, during the campaign, Trump was for cryptocurrencies, and so Bitcoin has seen its highest level ever. So right now, Bitcoin is valued at $80,000 for one coin. Now, the highest Bitcoin has ever been was in the 60s, and that was earlier in the year when they had the halving, which would have been when Bitcoin would have split their supply by half. So that would have increased the prices, and it happens around every 4 years. And so with the halving now, Bitcoin had increased to 60 in the 60s. And now that President Donald Trump is going to take over, the Bitcoin has now rallied up to $80,000, and this is a tremendous thing for cryptocurrencies, as people will now be viewing it as something more tangible, more investment worthy, and less speculative. And with the policies that he will be coming with, who knows, maybe cryptocurrencies will start be accepted across the United States. So rather than just using cash, the US dollars are the payments to the phones or the cards, you can also start using your cryptocurrency. So if you have some stock of cryptos in a wallet, you can always just walk with it and you just make a payment at the supermarket or the restaurant, for instance, with it. So there's a few of the policies and great things that investors are expecting out of the new presidency. And Also, Reuters had actually had an article out where they shared that right now investors are looking to see if there will be a red sweep of the United States. And so a red sweep really is just the Republicans controlling both the White House and the Senate. So if there is a red sweep, they share that the the US dollar would actually be the strongest or one of the strongest prices it has ever been compared to other assets or other currencies. And also with a red sweep, it really would increase just the policies and the ease in which President Donald Trump would be able to get his policies through, and the timeliness it would also increase. And they also shared that the S&P 500 under the when there was just one political party controlling the rather than a split between both Republicans and Democrats, that the S&P actually rose by about 9%, while when there was a split, it rose by just 6.7%. So they're saying that with one party controlling everything, it would mean that the the policies, the ease of the new things that the new president would want to implement and want to do would actually be a lot easier and also a lot more worthwhile for investors. And so this is really just a few of what has been happening, what is happening in the market so far. And as we look further as well too, we just want to also just emphasize that during the 2017 election, when President Trump had actually won, the economy was one of the strongest it was for that 4 year period. The investor confidence was also one of the strongest. The stock market did exceptionally well, and so investors alike are anticipating that this will now be a replicated scenario, replicated fact. And there are two sides to every story. So there are some persons that are saying that this is a new person coming into the White House, and he will be doing things differently. He will be actually a little more refined, as the best way to put it. While there are other persons who are against and saying that he's just going to make a big mess of the country and the world and everything that's happening. And really, it's up to you to decide whether you think. So I want to ask, do you think Donald Trump will actually be making America great again, or do you think that he will just enter the White House and create a big mess and leave a huge problems for the next election and electoral to actually have to clean up? So that's my question to you. Now, as we continue also, we just want to look at the investment landscape and just going forward for the next 4 years. So also to highlight that the interest rates actually came down on Thursday, and usually interest rates are a major talking point as highlighted by the Reuters again, but instead the election took the wind took major coverage, and it just made the interest rates lowering be a side point. But this has actually greatly influenced and followed up on our predictions, as we have been speaking about over the past few weeks, where we have been stating that now is the time to get into investing, and now is the time to actually open that brokerage account and start trading in stocks. Now is the time to get educated, because as has been showing, the interest rate has started lowering. So this is the second lowering that has happened, and it's only going to get lower and lower as time progresses. And if you're not already aware, once interest rates start lowering, stock markets tend to rise, and this is because investors would now deem the stock market as worthy of putting their money in, because these other interest bearing assets would become much lower, and so the stock market would seem a lot more attractive, and so they'd be willing to risk their funds and risk their investments to actually gain a much better profit. And usually during bull markets, that's where a lot of money is made, that's where a lot of persons become millionaires. And who knows, maybe this will be the start of another bull run, because it hasn't been quite a bearish market, but the market has exhibited a lot of bearish qualities. And though there was not a recession that was officially announced, there was a lot of uncertainty that was happening during in the United States over the last year or two, and there was a lot of persons that were very unsure and not confident as to what the economy was doing and really what was happening. And so now, with interest rates lower and with the CPI actually coming down, investors have started being more optimistic. They have gained the confidence, and they are now becoming more and more greedy in terms of investing. And so if you continue tracking these indexes, you will notice that not only will the markets and the indexes rise, but also the amount of funds flowing within these indexes will start rising as well too. So whereas a lot of persons were being more conservative and going towards the treasury bills and bonds and those safer assets and even gold, now you notice that more persons will start investing in the stock market and also the cryptocurrencies market as well too, because cryptocurrencies really is a very speculative and highly volatile asset class, and this is due to the lack of regulation that is there. And really, how cryptocurrency is set up, some regulation would be good, but too much would hinder the whole point and the aim of investing in these coins, so to speak. And so with everything that's happening now, with the projections, with investor confidence, if you have not yet invested or opened that account, today should be the day that you open that brokerage account. I'm not pushing for stock trading or saying jump on the stock trading, or I'm not giving any financial advice and saying, hey, do this. But if you are looking to increase your wealth, if you are looking to increase your net profit and your net worth, stock markets really is a great way of doing this. And if you really understand and know exactly what's happening in the markets, then you will know how to invest, and you can make above normal or above average returns. And at the end of the day, that's really what you want. You want to have somewhere, a safe haven to put your funds, so when you earn that money that you earn, whether it's through a daily 9 to 5 that you do, or it's passively, and you want to increase and grow that funds, this is a great tool and platform for you to really increase and get that worth. As we come to a close and we wrap up right now, President Donald Trump has won the US election. There's a lot of great things that persons are perceiving for him. There are a lot of positive things that investors are expecting, such as a reduction in the corporate taxes, and also the interest rates also have been reduced as well. And so the stock market is really right now projected to boom, projected to grow, and industries such as the tech industry and the banking industry should, if they have not yet started seeing growth, should start seeing growth very shortly over the next few weeks. But definitely before Christmas, you should start seeing increase in these industries: the banking industry, the tech industry, the AI industries. Those industries should really start seeing increases. So that's really all that I wanted to share with you all today. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you were inspired by it. I hope you found value and education in it, and I just ask you to give us a thumbs up if you do like this. Leave any comments you might have down below, and share this video with a friend who you think would also benefit from this information shared and discussed. Oh, and subscribe as well so that you do not miss out on any future videos as soon as they are launched. Alright, so until next time, love you guys, take care.